Beloved, there is a mystery hidden in the words we speak to ourselves. There is a miracle waiting, not in the voice of another, but in the echo of your own soul. For so many walk through this world repeating to themselves words of defeat, words of fear, words of failure. They look in the mirror and tell themselves, I cannot, I am not enough, I am broken. And those words, whispered in the silence of the mind, become chains around the heart. But I have come to tell you that if you would dare to change the way you speak to yourself for just 3 days, you would not recognize the person you would become. For life and death are in the power of the tongue, not only when it speaks to others, but when it speaks to your own heart. The soul listens, the spirit responds, the body obeys. What you tell yourself in the secret hours, what you confess when no one is listening, is what determines the direction of your destiny. If you could only hear the way heaven leans close when you speak, if you could only see how angels take note of the words on your lips, you would never again speak defeat over yourself. For the same lips that call upon the Almighty can also curse the very life within you. The same tongue that can worship can also destroy if not surrendered to truth. Oh, precious one, for 3 days I ask you, talk to yourself as heaven would talk to you. Do not wait for another to lift you. Do not wait for someone to recognize your worth. You speak it. You declare it. You stand in the mirror of your own reflection, and you tell your heart what God Himself has already declared. When you awaken in the morning, before fear has a chance to whisper, before anxiety creeps into your mind, let the first words you say be words of faith. Say, I am loved with an everlasting love. I am chosen. I am not alone. The hand of the Lord is upon me. Speak it not once, but again and again until your spirit leaps at the sound of it. For repetition is a holy rhythm. Just as the waves return again and again to the shore, so must you return again and again to the truth of who you are. Some of you have spent years talking to yourself in anger. You have said, I will never succeed. Nothing ever works for me. I am cursed. And so your life bends beneath those declarations. But if for just 3 days you changed your song, if for just 3 days you sang a different melody to your own soul, you would taste freedom. For what you say becomes the soil in which your tomorrow grows. Hear me now, not with your ears alone, but with the deepest part of your beings. You must stop waiting for someone else to affirm you. The affirmation has already been written in eternity. The Creator Himself has called you His beloved, but you must echo that voice within yourself. Talk to yourself like a child who belongs to the King. Talk to yourself as one who carries eternity within. For 3 days, shut your mouth to complaint. For 3 days, silence the muttering of doubt. And for those same 3 days, open your lips to blessing. Tell yourself in the morning, I am filled with strength. I am guided by wisdom. I am surrounded by favor. Tell yourself at noon, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. I walk in peace. I live in joy. Tell yourself in the night, I rest under the shadow of the Almighty. I shall not fear the terror of darkness. My future is bright with hope. And as you do, something invisible will begin to shift. At first, it will feel strange, almost unnatural, because your lips have been trained for years to speak another language, the language of defeat. But persevere, precious one. Keep speaking, keep declaring. For in 3 days, the soil of your soul will begin to soften. The seed of hope will take root. And where once there was barrenness, life will begin to bloom. Do you understand the weight of 3 days? In 3 days, history was changed forever. In 3 days, the stone was rolled away. In 3 days, what was dead arose to everlasting life. And I tell you, in 3 days of speaking life to yourself, you will witness a resurrection within. Despair will roll away. Fear will lose its grip. A new strength will rise from the ashes. But hear me, your words must not be shallow. They must not be empty phrases repeated without faith. They must carry conviction. They must be spoken as though every syllable drips with eternity. Look at yourself in the mirror, not with the eyes of shame, but with the eyes of heaven, and speak to yourself as though you are speaking to the very child of God that you are. For indeed, That is who you are. There is a way the world teaches us to speak to ourselves. The world says, boost your confidence. Say you are powerful. Say you are beautiful. But that is not enough. Human words without divine root are fragile. What I tell you to speak is not shallow flattery, but eternal truth. Say, I am who God says I am. I am fearfully and wonderfully made. I am forgiven. I am redeemed. I am chosen. These words are not mere comfort. They are foundation. They are not illusion. They are revelation. For just 3 days, resist the temptation to curse your own life. When you make a mistake, do not say, I am a failure. Say instead, I am learning. I am growing. I am moving forward by grace. When you are weak, do not say, I cannot. Say, when I am weak, then am I strong. Let the weak say, I am strong, for those words invite the strength of heaven into your frailty. Oh, my heartache is for how many of you walk with shackles of your own making. Not shackles forged by enemies, not chains placed by oppressors, but words you yourself have spoken. You have imprisoned yourself with your own tongue. But in these 3 days, you can unlock the door. You can break the bars. For as easily as you spoke death, so can you speak life. I plead with you, try it. For 3 days, no matter what you feel, no matter what the circumstances, speak only life. When you are weary, speak life. When you are rejected, speak life. When you are lonely, speak life. Say, I am never forsaken. I am precious. I am whole. For the truth is not what you feel. The truth is what is written by the Eternal One. Do you know why so many cannot hear the voice of God? It is because their own voice is too loud with lies. They drown out the whisper of heaven with constant mutterings of defeat. But when you change your speech, when you align your tongue with the voice of truth, suddenly you will hear him more clearly. His whisper will no longer be buried beneath your noise. His spirit will flow unhindered, for your own words will no longer resist him. Let me tell you something. Words are not small. Words are eternal. Words never die. Every word you have spoken has gone out into the atmosphere and is working even now. Some of you are living today in the harvest of words you spoke years ago. And if words of fear could bring such bondage, imagine what words of faith can do. Imagine 3 days of planting faith, love, and hope into your own soul. Imagine the harvest that would spring forth. I do not ask for a lifetime at once. I do not even ask for a year. Just 3 days. For 3 days, treat your words as sacred. For 3 days, talk to yourself not as though you are your own worst critic, but as though you are your own prophet. Declare the goodness of God over your own life. Call forth what is not yet as though it is already done. Prophesy to your future. Tell your soul, bless the Lord, O my soul, and forget not all his benefits. He forgives, he heals, he redeems. He crowns with love and compassion. Speak these words not with coldness, but with fire. Let your very bones feel the vibration of truth as it passes your lips. For 3 days, let your tongue become an altar where sacrifice rises. And at the end of those 3 days, you will not need me to convince you. You will know for yourself. You will taste the fruit of your own speech. Your heart will be lighter. Your mind will be clearer. Your body will even feel the change, for the spirit and body are not separate in this. They are joined, and what one declares, the other obeys. And so I ask you again, talk to yourself like this for just 3 days. Do not delay. Do not say, I will begin tomorrow. For tomorrow is not promised, but today is in your hands. Begin now, even in this moment, open your mouth and say, I am loved. I am chosen. I am free. And keep saying it. Keep declaring it, for your life will follow the sound of your own voice. Ah, precious one, if you only knew the magnitude of what rests within your words, you would tremble at every sentence you speak. For your voice is not just sound, it is spirit. When you open your mouth, you release something into the unseen. The very atmosphere bends to the sound of your declarations. For 3 days, if you would dare to consecrate your lips, if you would dare to purify your tongue and direct your speech toward life, you would watch the very atmosphere around you change. How many walk through their homes filling the rooms with sighs of despair? They murmur complaints, and the walls absorb those vibrations. And soon the home itself feels heavy, filled with unrest. But I tell you, walk through those same rooms and fill them with words of life. Say aloud, peace reigns in this house. Joy fills these walls. Angels guard every door. Speak it, declare it, and soon you will feel the weight lift, the very air vibrating with a sweetness that only heaven can bring. 3 days of such speaking will turn your home into a sanctuary. 3 days of such words will cause your mind to become a garden. For the words you speak to yourself are seeds, and you are the soil. If you sow weeds, do not be surprised when your thoughts are tangled and choking. But if you sow flowers, oh, how your mind will bloom with fragrance. For your inner life is not a mystery, it is a harvest of your tongue. Beloved, for too long you have spoken carelessly. You have said, I am tired. I am unlucky. I cannot go on. And you did not realize that your body obeyed your words, your emotions bent under the weight of them, your spirit was pressed down because you told it to be so. But now, for just 3 days, command your body to be strong and watch as energy begins to flow where there was none. Command your mind to be still and feel the calm spread like oil. Command your soul to rejoice and listen as laughter returns where tears once dwelt. Speak to yourself as the prophets of old spoke to dry bones. When Ezekiel stood before that valley of bones, they were dead, scattered, hopeless. Yet the Almighty asked, can these bones live? And the prophet, trembling, replied, only you know, Lord. And the command came, prophecy to these bones. He opened his mouth, and what was scattered began to assemble. What was dried began to be covered. What was lifeless began to breathe again. This is what I ask you to do for 3 days. Prophecy to your own bones. Prophecy to your own soul. Prophecy to your future. You have said to yourself, my dreams are dead. My joy is gone. My youth is wasted. But I say, open your mouth and speak differently. Say, my dreams are alive. My joy is my strength. My future is bright. For words command the bones to rise again. Words call breath back into what was lifeless. Words create order from the scattered remains of hope. For just 3 days, treat your speech like a holy offering. Every time you are tempted to say something negative, pause and choose instead the higher word. If you feel sorrow, do not deny it, but do not feed it either. Say, sorrow may last for the night, but joy comes in the morning. If you feel weakness, do not collapse under it, but speak, I can do all things through the strength that flows through me. In this way, your words will begin to align with the eternal truth rather than temporary feelings. Oh, precious soul, there is a law in the spirit, you attract what you confess. Speak bitterness, and bitterness clings to you. Speak joy, and joy comes running. Speak faith, and faith multiplies. Speak defeat, and defeat darkens your path. You cannot escape this law. It is written into the very fabric of creation. When the Creator spoke, let there be light. Light burst forth. And when you speak, creation still responds. You are made in the image of the one who creates with words, and that image has not faded. Do you not see? You carry creative power in your lips. Some of you have been waiting for a miracle, praying day and night, but undoing your prayers with the very words you speak afterward. You pray for healing, but then you say, I am always sick. You pray for provision, but then you mutter, I never have enough. You pray for peace, but then you repeat, I am always anxious. Precious one, can a fountain bring forth both sweet and bitter water? No, it cannot. So for 3 days, let your lips agree with your prayers. Let your confession match your petition. And watch as miracles no longer slip away because of your own contradiction. There is power in persistence. If you say a thing once, it is like a drop of rain. But if you say it again and again, it becomes a river that carves valleys and shapes landscapes. 3 days of steady confession will begin to carve a new reality in your life. Say, I am strong. I am favored. I am loved. Say it not once, but 10 times. Say it not 10 times, but 100. Each repetition deepens the channel until life itself flows in that direction. But let me warn you, these 3 days will not pass without resistance. The moment you begin to speak life, the voice of doubt will rise. The adversary will whisper, "This is foolish. Nothing is changing. You are wasting your breath." Your own mind will argue, "I do not feel strong. I do not feel loved." But do not surrender, for faith is not in feeling. Faith is in speaking before you see. Faith is in declaring the unseen until it becomes seen. And if you endure for just 3 days, you will begin to sense the shift. Think of it, my dear one, 3 days of shutting the door to lies and opening the door to truth. 3 days of speaking not what you see but what you believe. 3 days of aligning your words with heaven instead of with fear. Do you know what will happen? The mirror will no longer terrify you, for you will see yourself through the eyes of God. The nights will no longer crush you, for your words will light a fire in the darkness. Even your enemies will sense the change, for your speech will carry authority that cannot be denied. I can almost see it. A soul who once walked bent under the weight of their own words now standing tall, eyes lifted, lips declaring truth.